Hello and welcome to Cursed Content by Committee, the only show where you choose the knife. And this time you chose something actually pointed because we are watching Coneheads. With me, as always, are my co-hosts Dan and Bob, video games from GigaBoots.com.
You know, I appreciate the fact that Committee is much more personal.
I appreciate SNL skits.
Should you, though?
No.
Some of them. And KZ Excellent from KZExcellent.com. Also, KinoRagotswag.com.
Hello.
Oh, that's my favorite SNL skit.
How come like Samurai Sandwich Maker never got a movie?
Because it was just racist, wasn't it?
It wasn't even racist. It was nothing.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's too fucking stupid to be racist.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
How come we never got a movie for cheeseburger, no Coke, Pepsi?
I feel like we could have gotten a whole. I feel like we could have gotten a whole movie out of You Like It the Juice.
I would watch that movie immediately.
I think I understand that reference. You like it, the juice?
If you're over 50, no Coke, Pepsi is hilarious, and if you're under 50, you don't know what the fuck they're laughing at.
You know, it's just the opposite end of jokes now of sus.
Yeah, I guess I saw another motherfucker post the letter R and be like, look sus.
God, I'm gonna kill myself.
Does anybody have any expectations about fucking Coneheads?
I remember liking this as a kid. I haven't seen it in probably over 20 years.
I'm just hoping halfway through this movie, despite my recollection of it, somebody comes out, David Spade actually, comes out and just goes, Lawrence said he liked a movie to end.
Thinking about it, I haven't seen this movie in over 10 years. My prediction, we will enjoy it.
Good impersonation, Casey.
Knowing what we know about the main actor now, I assume he thinks all of this is real.
Be nice to Dan Aykroyd. He's insane now.
Fucking Dan Aykroyd, you crazy bastard.
Sadly, I don't have any vodka inside a crystal skull.
I like
to fucking prepare for this movie.
Both
with.
me and Phil went to the same place of, damn it, don't have any vodka in a crystal skull, just normal vodka.
Yeah, he's like a weird spiritualist, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea. Either way, I feel like
his great-grandfather was friends with Arthur Conan Doyle, and they collaborated about spiritualism.
Oh, fuck. Of course.
We have to get out.
Yeah, we have to
get out of it.
Anyway, we'll see you guys at the commentary. You like the intro to end?
Yes, I'd like the intro to end.
He liked the intro to end.
And we're back. Coneheads is a 1993 movie based on the SNL skit. It is surprisingly good and continues the trend of us discovering that every movie made in the 90s was shit on by critics for no reason. This movie has a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus.
So Dan, what did you think of Coneheads?
Coneheads is legitimately not even fucking cursed. It doesn't fucking qualify. It's a really funny film. It's a delightful film. There's a plot. It doesn't feel like it's overtaking the comedy, and the comedy doesn't feel like it's overtaking the plot. It's a really good balance the whole way through. You get to see a great cast of actors in this, and weirdly enough, the number one complaint you can have is they're underutilized because there are so many. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 5. It is not cursed at all, and it is easily recommendable to anyone, anywhere, at any time.
KZ?
I'm with Dan, not cursed at all. I was hoping, of all hopes, that I could say that in a non-sarcastic way, and I can. There are jokes landed. Watching this as an adult for the first time, many more jokes have now landed.
Yeah.
Many, many, many more. And those are the best jokes. time.
They sure are.
So this gets a strong 5.
Bob.
Coneheads is okay. It's not cursed. I honestly wasn't laughing most at all. There's a few little funny bits, but it's I'll give it like a 3. I really was just like, man, I remember this movie being funny, and now I'm just watching like this is just a movie.
I think
I'm not sure if it's a comedy.
It's a movie-shaped movie.
I'm like,
This is a lot more film-like than a lot of things we've watched recently.
oh yeah, no, I mean it's like I
That's the
said, it's
show.
really not a cursed thing. It's just not great.
Well, I'm also going to give this a 5. I thought it was pretty delightful. It had the right combination of me laughing and me going, oh no, oh no, oh no, and having to look away. But at least that it was because of some kind of horrible effect and not racism or
which there was.
not as much as some things we've watched on this where it's like, oh no, I can't be in the same space as this. I have to leave. I have to go.
But here's the thing, the movie wasn't racist. That character was racist in a bureaucratic way that is shown off to be farcical. I mean, they literally have a scene where he's on a boat yelling at Cubans on a boat
That would seem to be
with a megaphone.
Yeah,
You have nothing you can offer employment in the U.S.
Yeah, you have
Go
no
home.
skills the U.S. economy could benefit from. Please go home. And feels like, yeah, this is just what they shout at millennials now.
Yep. I was going to say patreon.com/GV podcast, but you already have it if you're here.
Exactly.
Hello.
Well, let's whip through our segments. We'll start with best character, and Dan, you get to say who the best character is.
As I start sweating and say, don't give it to Dan Aykroyd. Shit. You know what? I don't know the actor's name, but I believe in the movie his character's name was Seedley. The Seedling.
Gorman Sneedling.
Okay, Sneedling. I thought they were saying Seedling the whole time, and I'm like, there's no fucking way they named this dude that. He's a delightful caricature of a man. He's so cranked to 11 at all fucking times, you can't help but laugh at the bastard. There's no point where he shows like any level of humanity. He's basically like a political statement made to get votes turned human.
Yes.
Just the amount of times he continues his bit when he's screwed is pretty good.
It's real good.
He's also the lead vocalist / writer of This Is Spinal Tap.
Is he really?
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's
God, he was in Saniac and Small Soldiers.
Oh God, Michael McKean.
okay.
Yep.
yeah, he's really good in this. I find every scene where he's in the middle of either his, like the whole movie he's at his job, but there's some really, really great moments of him back at the office and him coming up for, a promotion and stuff like that, where he's just an extra level piece of shit in a different way because he's that self-absorbed. He's like, these damn politicians, they always get down on people who do the hard work. It's like,
It's always the hardest workers who get screwed over.
yes.
His office having a giant picture of Reagan.
Yeah, it's so good. He's my favorite character for sure.
Bob, you're up next.
Sure, I'll choose David Spade.
INS agent Eli Turnbull.
Yeah, he plays the perfect super suck up character. Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to think of one better than him. I think he's done this role several times. It's like his staple.
Yeah. He's
Boss is really mad. I'll take this.
Yeah,
Sure, I found something.
he does it for the Seedley character for the whole movie until near the end, and then he just immediately adapts to be able to do it for the alien emperor just so quickly.
Yeah. It's like, I'm the ultimate yes man.
no one can out yes him.
KZ?
That's tough. I feel like David Spade was the peak, but and part of me is like, I can't pick Dan Aykroyd. Feels like that's
Everyone's just like, that's cheating.
He might listen to this and then he gets too much out of it.
God, yeah.
Dan Aykroyd, if you listen to this, please email me, mrfeelswildride@gmail.com. I'll get you on the show.
Every scene that Sinbad is in the early part of the movie, his auto is fucking great.
So
when he's
good.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's always as soon as he realizes that fucking Beldar is an illegal alien.
He's like, every time something works out for me, God.
That and all of his reactions in the pregnant scene.
Yeah, that's
Taking pictures and being horrified.
Yeah, he nails it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go for that.
I have no honor whatsoever, so I'm just going to pick Dan Aykroyd.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Donald
fair.
R.
His
D.
facial,
Chico.
his facial acting in this movie was spectacular. Also, his ability to draw comedic value out of going, truly stellar. Worst character time, Bob.
Oh my god, his name left my brain now. Chris Farley.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're Ronnie.
Ronnie. He's a kind of like a sex pest for a bit. Also, he's
Well, he's a high schooler.
he's probably 30 plus or something in university even, because he's working as a mechanic and shows up as a mechanic uniform to high school.
Oh god, he has to be at least 21. Well, no, I guess he could be drinking underage, but Jesus.
Yeah. So it's not great. He's responsible for one of the worst scenes in the movie.
Yeah, he really is. Dan.
Bob nailed it. But I'm gonna go ahead and say John Lovett's character because it was underutilized tragically.
That's true.
Yeah, he's really only in that one scene.
He gets one good moment in that scene where he gets to do a look, and that's it. The rest of it's a very straightforward scene, very straight-laced, and he's only in that one scene, and it just feels bad, man.
We need to find some John Lovitz movies.
Ooh, yeah, there's no doubt he's
We
done
do.
cursed shit.
Yes.
100%.
What?
The John Lovitz round.
I'm putting that.
John
I'm putting that
Lovitz
down in the
death
ideas.
Everyone's like, Rat Race, and I'm like, I knew it.
We'll
And
do a
it
John
wins.
Lovitz round and a Jason Alexander round.
Ooh, that's great.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go with Marlax, who is Phil Hartman, because he's underutilized. Like he has 1.5 scenes.
Yeah,
and they're both pretty flimsy.
It was
Like,
super weird.
Phil Hartman is a comedy powerhouse.
Yeah.
You drastically are underutilizing him. Also, Tom Arnold's in the movie too, and I got confused. Oh God, it's like I'm seeing double. I don't know who to shoot.
It would be so insane if a movie had ever done that scene where it's just standing next to each other. How can you not tell us apart? We look nothing alike.
This is some fucking human nobody shit.
KZ.
Drew Carey. He has a name as Manny Manson. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he was in one scene. It was really weird.
Yeah, like I was gonna either pick that or Adam Sandler, but I learned his name is Carmine Wiener, and that's pretty good.
I feel like Adam Sandler got to act in this scene, and John Lovitz and Drew Carey really didn't.
Right.
Yeah, they caught like the one time where Adam Sandler was like, you're lucky today. I feel like acting.
I'll go get the pickle again.
Well, I guess we have to move on to our favorite scene. KZ, we're doubling up. You have to go first for favorite scene.
God, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Target confusion over here.
God, yeah, that actually is kind of rough. Yeah, there's like small moments that I want to highlight, but I can't. They're not for scenes, so. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pick the scene where they're in the fucking throne room, just because I like a moment in it a lot. So I just want to highlight that in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the fact that they bring in their slaves, which are just the fucking the INS agents, and the main guy just goes, "I have no regrets. Fucking, we will not allow the universe to take our jobs anymore." Not happening.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious.
And then they press a button and make him do a backflip. And I'm like, why is this still happening? Even at the fucking end, when it's like, we want a green card. Okay, if you could prove that you can do a job. I'm like, this character's immaculate.
He never
But yeah,
stopped.
I think that whole sequence is pretty strong. Just in general, apparently the High Master is just Dan Aykroyd's brother, which is pretty good.
I'll go next. Yeah, there's so many. There's like a good scene almost every second, so it's really hard.
Yeah, I know. I agonize. It's never been this bad.
I'm gonna go with the scene where the immigration guys are pretending to be Jehovah's Witnesses and trying to trick Dan Aykroyd while he's dressed as Abraham Lincoln.
That is a really good scene.
And French speaking happens.
Yes, where they try to trick him by suddenly speaking French and then he can speak French. Very good. Dan.
So, as has been said before, it's a bunch of really small moments, no major iconic scenes, and there are a bunch of really small moments that are enjoyable in this film. So choosing a scene is a little harder, I feel.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do it. Sneedling on the boat yelling at them with the megaphone is unreal.
Yeah.
A real human should never do that. That's insane.
with just a little bit of sunscreen on the bridge of his nose.
Like, that shows you the beginning of his character is psychotically invested in this. Because, like, you know, KZ brought up that scene at the end where he's still belting that shit out on the alien planet.
Yeah.
While he has like some alien slave collar on.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just unfucking real. This guy is... I can't.
Bob, can you?
Sure. I'm gonna pick the scene that feels like it's out of the original Star Trek, where Beldar has to fight this stop motion alien.
the Garthok.
That's a really good scene.
It has some weird moments. It really stuck with me for all these years. Like, yeah, well, that's really in this movie, right? As we went through this entire movie, it's like they still aren't on the alien planet. When does this happen?
I'm not over the fact that Dan's like, I know the ending to this movie, and then when the movie ends, like, no, I was thinking of another space comedy.
Yep.
You owe it to yourselves to watch this movie with our commentary track.
Second and third place scenes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The office scene where he's talking to them about getting promoted. And they're like, you spent $250,000 billion trying to get this guy and you got nothing and you said he was an alien. He just starts sweating and he's like, well, I never said officially on the record that I thought he was an alien.
God, the scene that precedes that of that arc, where it's like, we failed to get him. Well, I just got a promotion that's $1,500 more a year. Fuck this shit.
Yes.
I'm out.
Yes. So that's my second place. My third place,
Which feels that is like, back then would be a big payday.
I said maybe as if I knew that sounded wrong. I'm like, maybe I'm misremembering.
third favorite scene, fireworks.
Yes, the fireworks scene is really great.
That scene is so good.
And then he pulls out the cigar.
Yeah.
Yes. Cigar.
Another really good moment was when he smoked an entire pack of cigarettes at once.
Yes.
Another great part is when Beldar attempts to kill Chris Farley.
That's true. He rips
That's what he turned
yeah.
into
top of
the
his
tyrant.
car. That's so good.
He lifts the back tires off the ground so it can't drive first.
And then rips the roof off.
Yeah, there are like a million really good small moments all throughout this. Like choosing a scene that's incredible is really hard, but those listed are really, really good moments.
Well, now we have to try and come up with the worst scenes in KZ. I mean, wait, we did that one already. I have to start.
Thank
Fuck.
you. Go.
I'm gonna go with the scene at the dentist where he pulls his mouth open really wide and has 3 sets of teeth.
Yeah.
It felt very unnecessary.
Yeah,
and nothing else is like it in the movie.
If I was going to edge this into being cursed, that would have been why.
Yeah.
And like, there's other similarly cursed things, but that's like the most and also the least necessary. So I'm gonna pick it. Although it does give us the decent moment of John Lovitz at his dentist being like, how do I put the mask on him? I guess I'll just shove the entire thing down his throat.
God, and the like prop tongue they have is also really creepy looking. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very bad.
It's very
KZ.
Beetlejuice.
That part where Beldar goes to take a shower, revealing that he has no crack but has weird nipples on the sides of his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's in the same chunk as the mouth thing of do something weird because they're aliens that's like body related.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as vile as, oh, he ate the toilet paper, whatever.
Do you think if we asked Dan Aykroyd, he'd like have an explanation for that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure all this is basically real to him, so he has it fully etched out.
I want to know the Coneheads lore from Dan Aykroyd. Write a book, Danny.
What?
Bob.
I'm gonna leave off the obvious one that I think everyone that we mentioned during the Chris Farley thing. I'm gonna bring up a different Chris Farley segment where him and the daughter
Connie
go out to Subway, and we see the most horribly edited her eating a whole Subway sandwich in one bite.
Her jaw
Ever.
control shift left click resized the sandwich as it went in.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
it was really rough. They did it like twice. It's very cursed.
God. Dan, you're
So-
going to have to take us off.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the obvious choice, but not what I'm choosing, is the scene where she's pregnant with Cone.
Yeah.
So
that
I'm
was
gonna
real bad.
I'm gonna skip over that, and I'm just gonna do the supermarket scene because they're like, we need to set up an arc of the movie where your wife is worried about her leaving you. Then you're gonna see an eggplant, which is cone-like, and scream.
But then laugh when you pick it up, like,
Oh, it's a vegetable.
Yep, that's one of the worst scenes of this film. I think it doesn't have a good functioning joke anywhere in it, and Hamfist's in the your husband is so European. What was it? Continental accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we cut to a scene after that where his student wants to get with him.
When's the SNL skit The Continental becoming a movie?
Oh my god.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds
Yeah,
great.
I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
It was Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Christopher Walken, you walk into his apartment, he's not dressed correctly. He hits on you. That's the skit.
They do it every time he hosts. It becomes funnier each time as he becomes more and more obviously a horrible creep because he has like you always see the telescope in the background pointed down.
Oh God, I'm looking at the wiki, and it's like it becomes obvious to the viewer that his bathroom mirror is actually a two-way mirror.
Yes.
Oh my God. In 2002, Walken was quoted as saying he would like to do a Continental movie.
If only could have happened.
He also said, the problem with the Continental is that he never leaves his house.
Come on.
See, that's what the movie could have expanded upon.
That's literally what he says, but it might be interesting to see him leave the house and nothing he does works. He's a social catastrophe. I think that would be interesting.
See, he gets it. Walken gets it. What a nightmare. They made, you know what? They made Superstar. Why the fuck can't they make the Continental?
Right?
Well, it's a little late now.
Well, now, yes, obviously. God, Tom Arnold really was in for a couple scenes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just shows up in that golf scene, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, he's Ronnie's
Why?
dad, right?
It's unclear.
I
he's
think
paying
he's
Ronnie.
his boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's paying Ronnie to,
Caddy.
to caddy, but I don't know.
Does anybody have any final thoughts on Coneheads?
I think it's a palatable film. It's serviceable. It's very funny at various points. You don't need to own Coneheads. You can just rent it. I don't think any human needs to watch this more than once.
Yeah, I'm like there are highlights, but it is overall like yeah, those highlights really have to stand out.
I think I'm good.
Coneheads is a very good movie if you need a movie in the genre of you can put this on when family visit and nobody will have a problem with anything.
It is that thing that just aired on Comedy Central in the background for like a decade.
Also, I'd like to know, because I didn't note this anywhere in the commentary. I was thinking about it the whole time, but I was always waiting to say it at an appropriate time. The head prosthetics in this looked surprisingly decent.
Yeah, I think there's one scene where he's asking for his request after defeating the monster. I'm like, your head's tilted. Your head is on
you should have
wrong.
said it.
I couldn't be sure. And by the time I was sure, it was over.
Yeah, I just feel like they did way better than I expected them to.
Speaking of keeping things together, I just like all the moments where Jason Alexander's like, keep this wig going. Got to keep this under control because he had hair in this. And I'm like, that's fucking Jason Alexander. They're going to fucking notice in a second.
Yeah, it took me a second. I'm like, that guy's kind of shaped like Jason Alexander. Oh my God, it's Jason Alexander.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't get it. He's not a duck.
or a gargoyle.
When was he? Oh, because he in fucking
Hunchback.
Yeah, not in gargoyles.
Yeah, that's immediately where my brain was like, there's a little squat one that always watched TV. Was that Jason Alexander? And I couldn't remember. And I'm like, wait, no, it's not.
That would have been insane. Nope, that's it. That's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everything. Which means it's time for us to decide on the next set of films, except not.
Huh?
Oh
We
no.
have a special list for this next coming month, provided by the illustrious Dr. Aggro, who is also going to be on that episode, regardless of how he feels about it.
That fool giving us a list.
They are... we're just going to call it Aggro's choice, but they appear to all be cursed animated films.
Yes.
So,
that was
and
the
I mean
genre.
deep cursed. Not like, do you mean a troll in Central Park? I'm like, fool, charlatan. Go 20 years older and many fewer people have heard of. They are The Point. I don't know what the fuck that is. The Flight of the Dragons. I again don't know what that is.
What?
The Phantom Toll Booth, which I do know what it is because I've read the book about 100,000 times. Fantastic Planet. I know it's French and that's it.
What?
And Wizards, which I think somebody posted a clip and said this would be the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and it's from that movie. And that's all I know about that movie.
Yes, that was going around then. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, that's from that thing I need to see.
So look forward to that. I hope Aggro's like, this was a terrible mistake. I never should have done this.
This is the worst list yet because every single one I'm like, what?
Look, Aggro doesn't...
Not even a name. Not even a name.
Aggro doesn't need to admit it was a terrible mistake because that would take him opening up about that. It is a terrible mistake, Aggro.
I'm scared. I don't know anything about any of these.
I would love to see 2 of these
I'm not opposed to any of these because I don't know what they are.
Yep, that's about where I am.
You know, they say ignorance is a form of bravery.
Do they?
I'm the bravest man you know.
We're done. Thank you for giving us money this month.